So hey YouTube, welcome back to another one of my videos. Today I'm doing something slightly different and I'm going to be talking to you guys about why I'm a 3DS ambassador. So I don't know if you guys actually remember the launch of the 3DS. It didn't go too successful for Nintendo and that's why they then had to lower the price point of the 3DS so that then more people would buy it. So when Nintendo lowered the price point of the 3DS, they kind of felt a bit guilty for the people who supported the 3DS from the very beginning, which they called their ambassadors. They thought, well, if we lower the price and then honor those people that bought it first, we're offering them free games, then they'll not be mad about it. And I have to be honest, the free games that Nintendo did offer were awesome, and we will have a look at those in a minute. I was a Nintendo 3DS ambassador because I bought it on launch week. I remember it quite well. I remember getting it. I remember being wowed by the 3D when I first bought it. However, even though this was the console that I bought at launch, this is not the only 3DS I have, and it's not the 3DS that I currently play because it is water damaged. So the system actually at the minute it charges, it doesn't turn on at all. There's no life in it. I did try and open it up to see the corrosion on the motherboard. I was able to undo these screws, but there's 9 screws inside and they stripped super easily, and I stripped one of them and I can't get the case off. But I'm going to tell you the little story about my 3DS. I was addicted to this thing. I picked it up obviously on the launch week and I was absolutely addicted to it. The 3DS was my pathway into retro gaming with the ambassador games. It was just everything I wanted in a handheld. When I was 13, I went on holiday to Turkey. My dad had this horrible, now thankfully ex-girlfriend who really didn't like me all that much. And growing up, I wasn't the most social person. I was quite quiet, shy and reserved. I really did just like sitting back every so often and taking a break from socialization and playing my 3DS. Basically, she had 2 kids and then I've got my brother and me. So ideally, she wanted all 4 of us to be playing the pool together. But I'm not really fussed on water. I don't like water all that much. So basically, when I got bored of the pool, I would just sit on the side of the pool. They would continue playing. I would just sit on the side of the pool, dry off, and play some games. It was mostly the retro titles that I actually got in the ambassador program that I played in my 3DS because they were just there, they were downloaded, and I actually completed Super Mario Bros. When I was in Turkey, so that was fun. But then this next part happened. I left my 3DS on the table in our apartment. Me and my brother were going downtown. Basically, there was this really sketchy game shops that sold those R4 cards that had a shit ton of DS games on it. So I went down to the shop to pick up another one of those, and my dad gave us the key so then we can get back in again. Now the only other person who had a key was her. She had the key, so dad gave his key to us, and there only was 2 keys. She knew that I was going to the shop with my brother because she was sitting beside dad when I said, we're going to the shop, we'll probably be about 20 minutes, we're gonna go get something to eat as well. I come back from getting my games, walk into the apartment, and my 3DS is lying, I'm gonna try and do recreation, but it's lying open, like this, with water all over the screen. I don't know what kind of person you have to be to sabotage a 13-year-old's DS, but that is what happened. Basically then, that whole holiday, I didn't have my DS and I was kind of forced to kind of socialize. And that obviously didn't go too well because I really was upset. I really wanted my DS. Thankfully, my dad gave me his tablet, so I was able to play Angry Birds, and I'm really good at Angry Birds. It did work. Eventually, we put it in rice. It did work for a little while, but there was always some issues with it. I mean, you can even see the water damage a little bit on the D-pad. Because this one did work for a little while, I was able to, when I bought a new one, transfer the data before this thing really did kick the bucket. So that was amazing. So I was able to transfer everything from this onto this. So that's how I still have access to the ambassador games. Also, the fact that it's tied to Nintendo ID, I probably would have got access to them again anyway. So I got this 3DS in December 2014. on Christmas Day. So my mom, obviously, you know, I was in Turkey with my dad. My parents are divorced. Obviously, like, I phoned her when it happened and was like, this is the worst thing. Because my mom knew how much I loved playing video games and stuff like that there. And my mom just let me play video games whenever I wanted. And she would buy me games. She'd ask me what I want for Christmas, and she'd buy me the games that I asked her for. And like, some of the best Christmases was me sitting with my 3DS. Mom was determined to get me the same one, but obviously the Aqua Boo models had been discontinued by that stage, and my mom found this one on Amazon and she imported it from Italy. Basically, with the Ambassador Edition, you get this Ambassador Program little app, which basically just is a little video telling you that you're a 3DS ambassador. So this just kind of proves that you're a 3DS ambassador, this little app. So this one's a GBA one, a Mario Kart Super Circuit. I suck at it. Then you have Yoshi's Island 3. That's another Game Boy Advance game. WarioWare, which is an amazing game. I love WarioWare. Got Mario vs. Donkey Kong, again, Game Boy Advance. Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. Never got into Zelda, but this is actually, I've played a little bit of it. Pretty fun. Zelda game. You get Fire Emblem the Sacred Stones. This is the game that actually introduced me to the Fire Emblem series, and I absolutely love it. I don't believe this game is actually available to buy in the eShop. Some of these aren't actually. Some of them are exclusive to the ambassadors. Wrecking Crew, I believe this is an NES title. I haven't played it. I have no idea what this is. I have not played it. Then you've got Legend of Zelda, NES one. This one was updated. I remember getting an update for this one and then it added a little NES. Ice Climber, NES. The only thing I know about Ice Climbers is that they're in Smash Brothers. Then we've got Zelda 2. Then we have Mario and Yoshi, little puzzle game. We've got F-Zero. That is fun. F-Zero was so much fun. We've got Wario Land as well. I have played it. Pretty fun, to be fair. Metroid Fusion. I never really got into Metroid, but that's a fun game. Kirby the Amazing Mirror, which is my first introduction to Kirby. We got Metroid, the first Metroid classic game. You have to play it. Then we got Super Mario Bros. For the NES. I've completed it a few times now. I have the NES Classic Edition. I've nearly finished it on that. Great game, to be fair. It's great to see where Mario Bros. Kind of started. Then we've also got Donkey Kong Jr., which was the second Donkey Kong. And then we've got NES Open, which is a little golf game. It's kind of fun. And then we've also got Balloon Fight. And those are the Ambassador games. Those are the games that you get with the Ambassador program. To me, the 3DS is everything I wanted in a DS. It had new innovative features. It had the eShop, which you could download a ton of games for. You could connect it to the Wii. You could, I mean, there was Mii's on it as well. Like, it was honestly like everything I wanted in a handheld growing up. And I know that the 3DS, like, it's outdated now, you know, in the graphics, when you compare it to the Switch, and like the 3D thing kind of became more of a gimmick than anything else. This system may have had its faults, but it's become probably a system that I think will be really, really collectible in the future, and it's a system that I definitely want to collect more games for, because I do still have a blast playing games on it. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video all about my 3DS journey. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a big thumbs up, and also subscribe with love, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next video.